Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and today I'm going to do a little bit different type of video for you. Today, well, not today that I'm recording this, but the day I'm uploading this is 9/11, and it is the 22nd anniversary of 9/11, I believe. Or no, the 23rd anniversary. I was getting that confused with my wedding anniversary. And so I thought I today would react to, well, I'm not reacting to it. I'm showing you a video of Alan Jackson, who is a famous country singer here in the States, in case you're not aware. And right after 9/11 happened, he sat down and wrote a song called "Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning?" And I know that this song is, I would say, pretty well known in the United States. I would say most of us have heard it, but I don't know how many people outside of the United States have heard the song. And it's an absolutely beautiful song, a beautiful take on his thought process when everything happened. And so I just wanted to share that for the people that maybe have not ever heard this before. And in case you don't know, Alan Jackson is actually my favorite singer of all time. I've loved him since I was a small little child, and I even named my first cat after him, and my cat's name was AJ, Alan Jackson, and I called him AJ, and I got him when I was 14, and he lived to be 17 years old. So I had him most of my life. But anyway, I know that most people on this day are going to post videos or something on social media talking a lot about their experiences or feelings about 9/11. I personally wasn't affected by 9/11, luckily, and because I don't live anywhere near any of the places that got hit. And I didn't know anybody that was there at the time. However, it happened the day before my 20th birthday. And so when you're watching this, tomorrow is my birthday. And at the time, I lived in an apartment with my boyfriend, and he is now my husband. And I worked full-time during the day at a hair salon and part-time in the evening at the local newspaper. And so my only story that I have about 9/11 is that when I got to the newspaper that night, there was a bunch of people standing around the TV and discussing the fact that one of the other employees there, his daughter worked in the Twin Towers, and by some miracle, she had called in sick that day. So that's my only story about 9/11. That's the only thing I got for that particular stuff. I have my own feelings on it. I have my own memories of where I was when I found out and how my day went and everything. But basically, that's my only 9/11 story, whatever, connection, if you even want to call it that. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to play you this song by Alan Jackson. And I wanted to let you know ahead of time, this video will not be monetized because I'm playing you an entire song. I'm out of respect, I'm not going to stop it at all. I'm just going to let it play and sit here and listen to it with you. This is a live performance. And so since it's not monetized, there are people who sometimes like to help me out. So I just wanted to let everybody know that if you're interested, you don't have to. I'm just saying, if you're interested, you can go to one of my other videos that is monetized, and you can leave a donation if you like. You can become a member, and that helps me out also monetarily. So if you're interested, but other than that, this is not monetized, and I'm gonna let this video play through and not interrupt.
Where were you when the world stopped turning? that September day. Out in the yard, your wife and children working on some stage in L.A. Did you stand there in shock at the sight of that black smoke rising against that blue sky? Did you shout out in anger and fear for your neighbor, or did you just sit down and cry? Did you weep for the children who lost their dear loved ones, pray for the ones who don't know? Did you rejoice for the people who walked from the rubble and sob for the ones left below? Did you burst out in pride for the red, white, and blue, and the heroes who died just doing what they do? Did you look up to heaven for some kind of answer and look at yourself and what really matters? I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I've talked to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day? Teaching a class full of innocent children, driving down some cold interstate. Did you feel guilty cause you're a survivor? In a crowded room, did you feel alone? Did you call up your mother and tell her you loved her? Did you dust off that Bible at home? Did you open your eyes, hope it never happened? Close your eyes and not go to sleep? Did you notice the sunset the first time in ages? Speak to some stranger on the street? Did you lay down at night and think of tomorrow? Go out and buy you a gun? Did you turn off that violent old movie you're watching? Turn on I Love Lucy reruns? Did you go to a church and hold hands with some stranger? Stand in line and give your own blood? Did you just stay home and cling tight to your family? Thank God you had somebody to love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I can tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. I'm just a singer of simple songs. I'm not a real political man. I watch CNN, but I'm not sure I could tell you the difference in Iraq and Iran. But I know Jesus and I talk to God, and I remember this from when I was young. Faith, hope, and love are some good things He gave us, and the greatest is love. The greatest is love. The greatest is love. Where were you when the world stopped turning that September day?
Oh, I got emotional listening to this song. It doesn't matter how many times I've heard this song. I've heard it 100 times. But especially when you're just kind of watching him sing it live and you're not seeing any images of what happened at all, but you're just remembering with your own memory what you saw and what you felt when it happened. And his lyrics really speak to your heart and your soul, in my opinion. And especially the parts where he talks about how everybody was so willing to jump in and help and be there for one another afterwards. And they let everything go and just helped. And they were just good to people and kind to people and doing anything they could, you know, to come together as a nation and just be a strong nation together. And I remember that. I remember the feeling of it. I was, you know, obviously old enough to remember all of that. So yeah, I feel like it's a very powerful song, and I do feel like it's something that everybody should hear, whether you enjoy it or not. But I do think it's a powerful song. And I do hope that you guys don't mind me posting this for you today. It's not my regular content, but it's 9/11, and I did want to kind of remember it in my own way by posting this. And if you guys were old enough to remember this happening, which I think most of my personal audience is, if you would like to, you can leave in the comments your story and how you remember it, and if you were affected at all. I will read everybody's responses. I don't know if I'll be able to reply to everybody, but I will read everybody's responses just to see, you know, how that day affected them. But thank you everybody for watching, and I love you all. Thank you so much for being a part of my YouTube journey, and I'll see you next time.